We've got some breaking news here, guys, and also there's some misinformation being spread based on, I don't know what, like just people misinterpreting a translation. It's really, really bad. So let me start with how I discovered this piece of news regarding Nakatsuru and Super Saiyan 4. You may have seen this going around, but also I want to talk a little bit about the translation. So even if you already know what I'm talking about here, stick around because I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here. So this video that I'm putting up on screen is called, it's by this YouTube channel called BlackScape. I've never heard of it. It popped up on my YouTube front page. I saw the title. I clicked on it to see what was going on because I didn't know about this interview with Nakatsuru Katsuyoshi, so just in case you're not aware, he's a longtime Dragon Ball anime character designer. He did the original character design for Super Saiyan 4 and GT, and he was an integral part of the Dragon Ball DAIMA creation process. So anyway, this French YouTube channel, DB Times, interviewed him, and awesome. That's an honor to get to talk to this legend of the Dragon Ball, anime and world, I guess you would say. Anyway, so this BlackScape guy, this YouTube guy, he says, oh, this interview confirms that Daima is not part of the Super continuity.
But it does mean and heavily implies that Dragon Ball Daima is its own pocket universe. It is his own thing, similar to Dragon Ball GT.
Here's the thing, he doesn't at all. This video is just complete crap. To make that conclusion from what Nakatsuru says is just really bad. It's just complete misinformation. And it's this person that can't even speak Japanese, so I don't know where, I guess they're coming from the translations that are going around, but they're coming to their own conclusions because not even the English translations really confirm that in any way. So here's the thing. So Nakatsuru is asked about the new character designs or something like that. He's asked about Super Saiyan 4, and he says, no, as in I didn't draw Super Saiyan 4 this time in Daima. It was Toriyama sensei. This is Daima's Super Saiyan 4, or this is the Super Saiyan 4 of Daima. If you've watched my other videos, you know Japanese can be translated a bunch of different ways, and this is another situation because he says Daima no Super Saiyan 4, right? And actually the audio in that part is really, really bad, so you can't really hear it clearly. But just going by the context and by how it's been translated, it seems like he says Daima no Super Saiyan 4. So basically all Nakatsuru here is saying is, no, it wasn't me. It was Toriyama sensei that drew it. So this is Daima's Super Saiyan 4. As in, it's not GT's Super Saiyan 4 because he's the one that drew Super Saiyan 4 for GT. He's distinguishing between the two. He's making sure that you understand that Toriyama was the one that drew it for this version of Super Saiyan 4 for Daima. He's not implying here. I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to try really hard, but he's not really implying here at all that this is going to be a Daima exclusive form. It doesn't negate that, but it doesn't confirm that either. He's not saying that, oh, this is only for Daima and the Super isn't going to get it. Now, will Super get a Super Saiyan 4? I'm thinking that maybe at some point because that just seems to be a good business decision, but we don't know. This interview does not confirm or deny anything when it comes to Daima being a part of the Super continuity. That's it. The only information that we have is that Akira Toriyama was the one that drew Super Saiyan 4 for Daima. That's it. That's the only thing we can say. So this person, BlackScape, coming up with this ridiculous conclusion that Nakatsuru just dropped this bomb on us. No. And if you generally keep tabs of how things are done in Japan with the media and anime, they're not going to drop this massive information in some interview with some random French YouTube channel. And they're a big YouTube channel. They seem to be a really good YouTube channel, but Japan isn't going to drop that on some French YouTube channel by Nakatsuru. That's not how they do things. Japanese media, Toei, they are very controlling. It's not like in the West where we get leaks all the time. It's not like that. Occasionally we get it, but no, in the West we get all that stuff all the freaking time. But in Japan, it's much more controlled, much more centralized. There's a lot more power within the media companies. They are not going to allow that. And here's something else that maybe you didn't notice because you don't understand Japanese. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you noticed. But what I noticed was Nakatsuru is a very awkward speaker. I've met a lot of people that have worked in the Japanese video game industry, manga, anime, this kind of stuff. I've done professional translation. I've interviewed a lot of people in Japan, in Japanese, and here in Hawaii where I live as well. I'm used to translating this kind of stuff, and I've talked to a lot of people in these contexts, in media contexts. This guy is not comfortable talking on camera or in public, and I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying, like, this is a guy that he must like what he does, right? He must like drawing and all that stuff and doing the designs, and I have full faith that he does. He's very much like an introvert artist kind of person. He's not a very like outgoing big speaker. He likes to be in front of the camera. He's not like a Stan Lee kind of guy. And Toriyama was kind of like that too. He was very reclusive, right? Like a lot of the people that work on Dragon Ball behind the scenes, they're not these like big, like boisterous public speakers. And yeah, Nakatsuru is very much like that. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to see. I hadn't really watched other Nakatsuru interviews. I'm sure they're out there, but I hadn't. So that was the other interesting aspect of this. So just know that as far as this interview goes, it doesn't confirm or deny anything about Daima being connected to Super. And this video by BlackScape, I thought just horrible. But I'm so glad that people in the comments are correcting him because, again, there's no foundation in the claims that he's making. It's horrible. But if you want to check out the video, I guess I'll include it in the description, and I'll include the original French video, but it's in French and Japanese. So if you don't know either, I guess it'll be kind of tricky to follow along. But there's some good translations going on around there. Like I said, Japanese can be translated a bunch of different ways. That's just the art of translation. There's some good translations out there that give you the basic information, although most of the rest of the interview really wasn't that interesting, like I said. Anyway, that's just a quick news and rant video. I'll be back on Saturday with a new video. So if you haven't subscribed already, give me a subscribe and like and comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.